Sometimes people return not because they value the relationship, but because they need something. When circumstances become difficult, they remember the person who was dependable, generous, and willing to help in the past. Suddenly, they reach out again, but their timing reveals their motives. True connection is not built on convenience or financial need. It is built on respect, consistency, and genuine care for the other person. There are several people who have begun thinking about you again, not casually, but rather seriously. They're trying to figure out whether there's still a way back into your life. And it's not just one person. It is a small group. People who once walked beside you but failed to value what they had. Now they speak amongst themselves about you in a very different tone than before. They talk about your kindness. They discuss your loyalty. They even talk about how forgiving you were, how patient you were, and how much of yourself you freely gave. And because now they recognize those qualities, they convince themselves that perhaps you might welcome them back. In their minds, your good heart means there is still a chance. But what they fail to understand is something simple. That door has already been closed. There was a time when they treated you carelessly, as though your presence in their lives could never truly disappear. They pushed your patience to its limits. They ignored the loyalty that you showed them. And some of them treated you in ways that should have never been tolerated. Yet they assumed that you would always remain. They believed that no matter how poorly they behaved, you would continue to stay. But the day came when you finally stepped away, and something changed after that. Your life became quieter, your mind became clearer, your path became easier to walk. Since you reclaimed your energy and your peace, things had begun moving differently for you. Opportunities appeared, stability has grown. Your life has begun moving forward in a direction that even others could not see clearly. And that is exactly why they are thinking about you again. They can see the path that you are on. They can see your progress. They can see the blessings unfolding. So now they imagine a different scenario. They picture themselves waiting at the finish line, hoping to step back into your life once the rewards of your journey have fully arrived. But you understand something now that you did not fully see before. Not everyone who wants access to your life deserves it. As it is written in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. Your peace did not arrive by accident. It came the moment that you separated yourself from those who brought confusion, conflict, and manipulation into your life. Now your path is clear. Your mind is stronger. Your spirit is steadier. The same people who once overlooked your value now see it clearly. But realization does not grant them a second chance. Because peace, once found, is too precious to trade for the return of old chaos. I'd like to end this message off with a parable. A king once owned a garden filled with rare, beautiful fruit trees. Some travelers were allowed to walk through the garden freely, and instead of caring for the trees, they plucked fruit carelessly, broke branches, and left the ground scattered with waste. Eventually, the king closed the gates, and years later, the travelers returned, amazed to see the garden flourishing more beautifully than before. They asked the king to reopen the gates, but the king replied, "The garden only flourished the moment that I stopped allowing those who did not respect it to enter." The lesson? Not everyone who regrets losing you deserves to regain access to your life. Sometimes the greatest protection for your future is simply refusing to reopen doors that once led to chaos. Peace grows best in spaces where respect is no longer optional. And that's it for this message. I'd like to thank everybody who made it to the end of the video. I'm truly honored by your support. If this message resonated with you at all, please consider dropping a comment, giving me some feedback. hitting the like button, and subscribing. It's been Chris and Nisty, and until next time, take care and have a good one.